All right, how's it going, guys? We have a problem here, and this is a factoring a quadratic with leading coefficient greater than 1, problem type 1. So when you see a question like this, the first thing you're going to want to do is look at the first number and the last number. You need to multiply those together. So 2y squared times 5 equals 10y squared. Now that you have 10y squared, you need to find factors of positive 10y squared. So you could have negative 1 and negative 10 would equal positive 10y squared. We'll put little y's there. And then you could have negative 5y and negative 2y will equal positive 10y squared. So this, we're going to use this right here. You have to make sure that these two will add or subtract to the middle number and that they will multiply into this number. So negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. So we're going to rewrite that over here. So 2y squared minus 5y minus 2y plus 5. So now that you're at this step, you're just going to want to draw some parentheses down here. And you're going to take your first number and find the greatest common factor of it with this number, the second number. So I like to draw a little arrow because it takes these two numbers and points to this spot right here because that's where our first number is going to be. So 2y squared and negative 5y have a greatest common factor of 1y. Now you're going to go 2y squared and negative 2y, and the greatest common factor of those is 2y. I like to do it this way because it points to the spots you're using and makes it a little less confusing. So now that you have these two numbers, you need to look at your first number here and your first number here. We're going to circle them with a highlighter so you know that these two are what you're going to be working with. So you have 1y, and you want to find what multiplies into 1y to equal negative 5y. So if you have 1y times negative 5, it's going to equal negative 5y. So now that we know this is what multiplies into both of them, we're actually going to write it in this spot right here, which is a little confusing for people. Make sure you put it in this spot. So your second part, you're going to look at this number right here and this number right here. So you're going to want to find 2y times what equals negative 2y. So 2y times negative 1 equals negative 2y. So now you're going to put this negative 1 right here. Here, I'll even do this. So now what we actually have here is the answer to our problem. We're going to rewrite it down here. So 1y minus 1 and 2y minus 5. Now you could be done at this step, but just to be sure, you're going to want to have to check. So to check, we're going to use the FOIL method. So we'll go first, outer, inner, last. So 1y times 2y equals 2y squared. Now you're going to go 1y times negative 5 equals negative 5, or negative 5y. Then you're going to go negative 1 times 2y, and that's going to give you negative 2y. And now you're going to go negative 1 times negative 5. Negative 1 times negative 5, and that's going to give you a positive 5, because negative times a negative is a positive. So now you could take these two numbers and try to get them to go together. So negative 5 minus negative 2 is negative 7 with the y. And then you have the positive 5 down here and the 2y squared right here. Now if this looks a little confusing to you, you could just draw arrows and bring it up. Now, to make sure that you've done everything correct, this, which is what you just got, will be the same exact thing as the original problem right up here. So if this matches this, then this is correct. And just to rewrite it so there's no nonsense in the way, this will be your answer.